Hey everybody, it's Flight of Your Fan bringing you guys a brand new stream. So today, as you can tell by the title, my server is finally open, and so um, today I will be continuing to work on it for the stream, and I'll also be sharing the IP and also the version of the server, so that way you guys can join in. I just need to get to creative mode. And so right now, as you can see, we're going to be working on the scrambler rod model today. But yeah, let me go ahead. So I'll go ahead and share both the IP and the version. Let me just go ahead and I'll switch. I don't know if I have. Yeah, it does not look like I have a. Or oh, I do have a window capture actually, so I can do a window capture and just set that to Discord for right now, and that should work. Okay. So yep, here we go. So as you can see, the IP of the server is right here, and then the version is right here. So basically, this is how you will connect to the server. And yeah, so the server is officially open. We did, as you can see, yesterday we did a soft launch of the server, soft opening to just make sure everything was working. And then we did have a few technical issues yesterday that we had to work through, but the server is officially open as of today. I would consider today to be our official opening of the server. So I'm going to jump us back into Minecraft. And here we go. So yeah, so today we will be working on the Scrambler ride model. This is definitely a ride I do want to try to get opened. I would say at some point today, if that's at all possible, I'm going to try to get it open today. So yeah, what we'll do with this is I'm gonna have I guess I'll probably put the button probably toward the entrance, like maybe right here, just because then that way people will see it. So like this will be the button to start the ride. And so we'll basically have I guess I can't see it from below ground because I didn't set anything up yet for that. And I also need to turn night vision on so that way I can see. So yes, I do need to set this up. Perfect. Andesite. And then, yep, I'm going to take that away. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to just go ahead and set up a uh, nice little piece of redstone right here to get that started. And yep, there we go. So basically, then for the spawn, I think we'll do probably something like the tech will be very similar, I would say, to Grand Carousel. Um, so I would say like the gates and the restraint, or yeah, the gates and stuff, and I would say even the restraints actually will be basically the same system as Grand Carousel. So I actually will be looking into the tech for Grand Carousel just so that I can make sure I know what I'm doing. So the tech will be definitely a little bit different for this ride, just because we'll have to program in all the spinning and stuff that a scrambler has. Um, there'll be basically the rotation of the entire ride model. Then there will also be the rotation. Like each arm will have to rotate. So it'll basically, I think, be two rotations basically that we'll have to program in so that rotate that we can do just with regular train carts. Like the rotate thing, and then the other rotation of the arms that will have to be programmed in, or I'll have to program that in. But that is what we will be working on today. I don't know how much of the ride model will get done today, but I would at least, at the very least during the stream, I would like to, at the very least, get through maybe just getting the tech set up for the ride. And yeah, so yeah, let me go ahead and we'll start working on that right now. So I'm going to grab restraints, gates, and then the ride cycle. So yeah, those are basically the different colors I use for redstone. I guess this redstone specifically. So basically, so I guess for flat rides, I'll typically, as at least for the automatic systems, I'll use light blue for spawn, light gray for restraints, yellow for gates, and lime green for ride system slash dispatch. Coasters are, I think, well, automatic coasters are pretty much the same as automatic flat rides for the most part. Um, but then for full manual systems, I do use some different colors, and I can actually show you guys that at a later date when you kind of take a look at the old Cedar Hills. Because I would actually like to look at the old Cedar Hills actually. Like it would be kind of interesting to take a look at that, and to just kind of compare and contrast with the new one. Um, I would love to do that at some point. I think just kind of to show how far we've come in terms of like building and stuff. So yeah, so what I'll do is I'll go and grab some redstone. And then so the spawn, so probably similar to, yeah, let me see here. So yeah, probably very similar to what we did for the carousel. I'll have a spawn system like this, and then there will be a comparator in there just to ensure that people aren't able to spawn the ride vehicle once the ride vehicle has been spawned. And yeah, I guess the way that I could do that would actually be to have a switcher there. Because if you have the switcher, so if you just have like a regular old switcher, it'll basically activate when the ride vehicle has been spawned. So that way, so I could do that, or I could do just the ride system like I've been doing. I'll probably just do the ride system to stay consistent. So I'm gonna just set up the ride cycle. So this will be the data train, and then as soon as that spawns, we'll set the name. To Scrambler, and then so I think probably what we'll do first is when it spawns, it'll probably sit there for 15 seconds or so. Um, so I'll have the station. So I'll basically have the ride sit there for like 15 seconds to allow people to get on. Um, okay, I was just looking at the chat logs because I was curious if anybody else had gotten on today, but it looks like myself and Farcon are the only two people that have been on today. Yeah, so I'm gonna get rid of the comparator for it now just because I need to put down some rails. Yeah, as you can see, my inventory is very full. That's partly just that's honestly partly because I'm not very good at inventory management. So okay, so then this basically then I think it'll run over that. It'll sit for a few seconds just to ensure that um, it'll sit there for a few seconds just to ensure that the ride has actually um, just to ensure that the ride has actually just to ensure like that gates and restraints have closed, and then before the ride cycle starts, and then we'll have the basically the ride cycle. I'll probably set like, yeah, I'm gonna probably set it just for a minute for right now, just so that we can have kind of a shorter ride cycle for while we're testing it, and then I'll set a longer cycle for Um, I'll set like a longer ride cycle for when we for kind of later on. Um, and then so I think for each of these we're gonna have to have animations, so I'll put power rails on here or the detector rail. And I think also as it's destroying the ride vehicle, that will also reset the system over here. And then this will be basically just be kind of an additional, since we're gonna have the rotation of the ride along with the rotation of the arms. That's why I have to have both of those. And I guess this will also be something I'll have to stop the rotation of the arms along with the ride itself. And I think I did do it was like a 10-second thing, I think, over at Grand Carousel. I'm pretty sure. So I think I'm pretty confident in saying that. So I think next I'll set up the now that I have that set up, I'll go ahead and do the comparator over here. And I need to make sure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, so we will have to do one repeater to make sure that the redstone will make it. Okay, and then yeah, so we're basically creating a monostable circuit right here. That will connect up with this. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17. Oh wait, so 17, 16, 15. Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna go and throw a repeater in right there just to make sure that the redstone makes it. And so basically, just so that you guys can see, the best way to do this, we'll just do it that way. Basically, what a monostable circuit does, is basically, it basically kind of creates somewhat of a lever, I guess, is how I would describe it. Because like, for example, if you set it up, or well, actually, ooh, whoops. This is a monostable circuit, basically. Oh, I got an accidentally destroyed that. Okay, let's just do it that way. So if I do that, then that basically sends a really short burst of redstone through. And then so basically what that does, if you set it up like this, um, it'll basically then power that redstone right there with the redstone block. And then it'll also take that power away when you press the button again. So that's basically kind of a cool way that you can do redstone. So if you want to have something where it activates and powers that, but then you also want to take that away, then you have the ability to do it. Oh, and actually, I just realized something I'm gonna have to do with this is that because right now we should be able to spawn in the ride vehicle, um, and then I believe and actually the modification I'm going to make to this is and this is a modification I'll probably make over at Carousel as well. Because this will basically this will ensure that when we spawn the train in, it'll immediately shut off the spawn, basically. So I do want to make sure that that does what it's supposed to do. So oh, and I guess something that would help actually. I don't know if I have a track set up here, so I don't know if it's doesn't look like it's spawned anything. I'll just be 100% sure. Yeah, the two buses, the monorail. Yeah, so I think that's okay then. I just want to make sure that okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, I just knew that I was going to sneeze, so I just didn't. Oh, oops. I just wanted to make sure I didn't keep talking and then suddenly sneeze out of nowhere. Um, so we are going to need. Oh, we are going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we are going to need that, and so now, and actually, I'll just go ahead and take that off for right now, just because we don't need to worry so much about the spawn. We need to worry more about. Actually, I think I might even be able to open up the floor here so that we can see a little bit more. Perfect. Okay. Yeah. So that did exactly what I wanted it to do. And then, yeah, I'm gonna get rid of the rest of the stations for right now, just so that I can see the rest of that. And yeah, I acknowledge that I'm gonna have to. Perfect. Okay. Yeah. So I think that should work. Let me just make sure here. So then, yeah, this is the train station 3 continue. And train station 3 continue. Yeah. So at this point, we will need to have, I think where we do the train station 3 continue, that will have to be, yeah, actually, I think we're just gonna have to extend this by 1 block, I think. Oh, and then there we go. Okay. Um, so I think what we'll do then is, yeah, so we'll have this be the restraint system right here. So this is actually going to be, um, probably, well, restraints and gates. I'll just put redstone right there for right now. Um, and then, so I think by default, yeah, by default we'll have the gate open. And then when the ride cycle starts, it'll basically turn off it'll basically disable the gate. Oh, actually, I just realized after doing all of that work, I just realized now I need to open I think probably two of the gates over here. Um, I'll probably open this one and this one, I think. And I realize now I have redstone under there that I can't mess with. You know what? I think instead what we'll do is I'm gonna have to just put actually, yeah, I can do I can just do this all over here. Like this will not interfere with what I'm doing over there. So, oh yeah, so I think that is every other, yeah. So, so there should be one, two, three, four, five, six detector rails. So basically seven regular rails. Perfect. Okay. So, yeah. So what I'll do, we'll just have to mirror this system, I guess. And I'm just hoping that the train will be sent in the correct direction. Let me actually, I'm gonna try. There we go. Yeah, fortunately, I set up a hitbox for the data train. So okay, so it looks like that's spawning in the correct direction, so that's good. Um, hmm. Yeah, so this redstone is definitely going to take up a lot of space, which I guess like since we have this big ride area, it's okay. But um, yeah, and yeah, actually something I just realized actually is I think I set up Tea Party actually quite similar to how I set this up. Like I think it actually has kind of the same exact layout. So it like looks like the same ride right now, but it will eventually be two different rides. Yeah, without night vision, you like basically can't see anything. Um, yeah, so I think basically under all of the detector rails, we will need a redstone dust. Okay, so then I think yep, so we have the station 15, 5, and then 5 to start the ride cycle. Okay. So I'm going to actually open 3 of the gates with this system. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 15. Yeah, and it'll help if I put in a repeater there. Alright. Okay. I'm gonna try that just because I know like when you put a piston below a block, I know that that can mess it up. So I'm gonna just try it. I'm gonna try it like that to just make sure we're not gonna have any issues with that. So um, I think I've done all that now. So after, yeah, I'm gonna test the ride cycle. I know this is gonna take a minute, but I'm gonna test the ride cycle and just make sure everything is working. Working. And I'm going to do 5 seconds just to speed this up because I know that this is going to take forever if I try to do it the other way. So I'm just making sure gates closed. On the next one, it should open the gates back up. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, so it did exactly what I wanted it to do, so that's good. Um, cool. Yeah, so now I just got to create the rod model. The tech is basically set up now. And I'm gonna pause on that for a second. I'm actually not gonna make the rod model just yet because I do want to update the tech over here with our new system. Um, so I think I want this basically to be, yeah, actually, I'm gonna just redo it, honestly. I'll redo the tech at some point because this is gonna take way too long for this to be in the stream. Because like the stream was mainly supposed to be about kind of promoting the server and getting the Scrambler ride model set up. So I'm gonna go ahead and work on the Scrambler ride model. It does not look like we have any tracks set up yet, so I will go ahead and get that set up. And actually, I'll probably go ahead and do that over at Tea Party as well, just to make sure that we're set with that. Oh. So Scrambler, basically what we're going to do for this, I think, is so for this model, we'll have arms 1, 2, and 3. So within those arms, so within those arms, we'll have each of the arms. Oh, actually, I'm gonna fix up the. Oh, and actually, yeah, I just realized we actually don't have a model for this yet, so I actually will need to create one. Um, oh, now I'm getting notifications from So a friend of mine on Discord has actually let me know of there is there is a bot scanning servers to spoof connections. Um, so a plugin that we will be installing on our server to protect against that will be TCP Shield. I would definitely recommend for any other server owners out there, definitely try to get your hands on that plugin because that can protect your server. Um, because people are going to try to like DDoS your servers and stuff like that happens all the time. So, oh, and actually, I think I need to get rid of the name change for right now. I will need to put a sign there. So we're going to try that again. I just forgot about that. I forgot that it was going to rename the, oh, I forgot that it was going to rename the chain. So I need to fix that now. So perfect. Okay. I don't think slowdown has anything to do with um, this ride model. So probably I'll just go ahead and do collision false. I think player enter exit I'm going to keep as true. Max speed of the ride doesn't really matter. So I think it's basically just, oh, and then keep chunks loaded. I forgot to do that. Keep chunks loaded. If you have the permissions for keep chunks loaded, it is actually really good. It's a good property to set to true. That way it doesn't like that. That way the train doesn't unload and get all glitchy and stuff. I know on particular, well, I know on most servers you're not able to do it, but if you have like your own server, you can do it just because like that's a permission that some servers will disable just because I think it can cause lag if people have like keep C loaded as set to true. So that is definitely a good thing to set up. There we go. Okay. So we've saved the train. I just need to do the train setup. That way we at least have the train now. Yeah. And I like the ability to edit signs. That is, I don't know what plugin I have that allows for that, but it is definitely a really good plugin. It is definitely a really good plugin that I'm very happy to have. Okay, so for right now, I'm gonna just spawn it in this way. Oh, and actually, I can't have it set name yet. I just realized because I'm gonna need to save the ride model before I do that. So I'm gonna go and cover up the ride area for right now. Yeah, so since we're working on the scrambler ride model, we do have a section of wall kind of sectioning off that part of the path because we don't really want people coming into the ride area while the ride is being worked on. And actually, for extra security, we'll actually put up some barriers as well. Because like, oh, and actually, I don't know if we've set up a barrier block there yet. There we go. So that barrier block will just stop people from going into the line as well. Because the line, as you guys might be able to see, the line actually just goes right into the ride area. And the ride area is currently under construction because we're working on the ride model. Yeah, so something I will always do whenever I start a ride model is I will always delete that seat attachment because the seat attachment just generally isn't needed right off the bat. So I think the seat, though, it does give it a hitbox, so that's kind of the important part of like now, like before I save the ride model again, I'll need to make sure to have all the attachments set up plus the hitbox. Actually, I think I might even just be able to set up the hitbox right now. I should be able to do that, I think. And I think for the hitbox for this ride, we will make this kind of quite a bit bigger than our previous ones, just because this one. Yeah, so if I select right there, then because of the hitbox being there, that will allow me to select the ride model. So like that's just kind of a helpful thing whenever you're making ride models to be able to have a hitbox there, because it basically just makes it so that you're able to so that you're able to select the okay, it basically just helps with it basically just helps you select the ride model when you're taking away the seat. And like I do think the only way to make a ride model is to spawn in minecarts. Like I think that is the only way to do it, because I think you have to spawn in the minecart and then you eventually start setting up the actual model. Yeah, so this ride model, so there will be yeah, so the arm attachment that will have multiple attachments on that. Um, and then the three smaller arms. And there, yeah, so three smaller arms. And then within the smaller arms, we'll need to create each of the cars. And then, so like within each of those, there will be three cars basically. And then within each of the three cars, oh goodness, this is going to be very, very complicated. So we're going to have, I think it's the walls. So basically kind of similar to what we did in the previous models. So there will be the walls. And then, so there will be the floor, the walls. Within walls, there will be the bottom wall, middle wall. Because yeah, I'm trying to think of how that's going to look. So it's basically you've got the ride model, you've got the three arms. You just so you've got the three arms, you've got the cars, and then so I think for the arms there will be both the lower arm and the upper arm. I think for the small arms, I don't think there will be lower and upper arms. I think it'll just be lower. Um, yeah, Scrambler, I would say, I would say part of the reason why we never did the Scrambler ride model on the old Cedar Hills is because it blew my mind at how difficult it was to make one. But I'm gonna try to make one now. I'm not gonna give up this time. Um, so for each of the cars, we'll have a floor. So the floor of the car. We'll also have the walls, so the bottom and middle. Then we'll also have the seats. So we'll have the carpet, and we'll do two seats just to make this a little bit easier. So we'll have carpet, so we'll have the carpets, the actual seat, and then we'll do stone brick or whatever the block is going to be, and we'll have however many stone brick we'll need. And I think for each of the seats, we'll also create like a seat back. Okay. And kind of the basic idea for the seat, um, and then and then we'll also have to make an attachment for the lap bar as well. I'll just make, so there's the lap bar. I think we'll probably only do lap bar. I don't think I'm going to worry too much about seat belts, but this is kind of going to be the basic model. So that's kind of basically what it's going to look like in the end. Yeah, I guess, yeah, for the seats, we can have the lap bar be a part of the seats attachment. All right, so then for each of the arms, we'll have a lower and an upper arm. And I think within the lower arm is where we'll have the small arms. Actually, no, I think actually lower, upper arm, and then we'll also have so there's the small arm, and then within there, we'll have, or within the small arm, we'll have each of the different cars. So cars 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so I think I have kind of a basic idea of what I want to do here. So, and so I'm going to delete that one for right now, just because we don't need that yet. I need to first focus on setting up the lower arm. Yeah, I do want to do kind of a different, somewhat of a different color. Um, I want to do like a different color from like the floor. Um, and I do want to do slabs just because I think the slab will look a little bit stronger. I think, probably the closest I'll get to light, the closest I'll get to light blue, I think would probably be maybe a warped slab, or I guess I could do like prismarine brick maybe, or dark prismarine. I might try the prismarine brick and just see how that looks. Okay, so I think that looks pretty decent. I would say. I think for the arms, actually, let me go ahead and save this really fast. Boom, like that. Because I want to set up the central pillar right here just to make sure that this is going to look good. Um, okay, I'm going to go back to the old Cedar Hills because I do want to see how I did it over here, just to kind of get a basic idea of what I need to do. So, oh, I guess I need that. Oh. All right, so I think I just need to move this. Okay. And so I think this arm, I'll probably have the arm maybe go out to the end of this. So I'm going to go ahead and duplicate that again. Yeah, that works. And I'm actually not going to worry about the upper arm yet, but now I'll start working on one of the small arms. Okay. Um, Actually, just so I have more support for the car when we start working on that, I just want to have that. Actually, and I'll even do one more attachment, so duplicate, and then we'll, yeah, two should be plenty. Okay, so I just wanted to save that. That way we just have a copy of this just in case the whole thing decides to be weird. So we're gonna go ahead and duplicate that, and I'm gonna go ahead and rotate this. So I'm actually gonna rotate it that way because we'll work on this side first. Um, and actually, I feel like we might even be able to get away with that. Um, I just want to make sure there's no sharp edges shown, so I think that should be good. Um, okay. And we'll do the same basic idea with this one, except that this will be, oh goodness, okay. I'm gonna need to fix this. So this must be negative. Okay, so we've got this part. And so that's the whole lower arm, basically. Well, the lower arm, and then we also have the small arm. And then I think on each small arm, I believe there's going to have to be an attachment for each of the seats. So I think actually I have to add an attachment, I think, to this one. If I'm not mistaken, I think I have to add an attachment. We're going to call it empty for right now. Well, actually, never mind. Negative 2. Yeah, so we'll set that as the middle of the car. So the middle of the car will be set around that. And so I'll actually keep that open for right now. So I think what I'll do first, I guess, will be to work on the floor. So the floor, I'm just going to save it really fast. Just because, like, as long as we're saving it, we'll be fine. It's just I want to make sure we're saving it because I want to make sure we're not going to lose it. And so I think the upper arm, we'll probably have it. Well, like we'll probably have a pole like right here. So actually, we should probably even add that to this. So there'll basically be a pole right here that will kind of come up from here. And I'll determine that like once I have the seat set up, we'll determine where that should go. Okay, so then for each of the cars, so we'll have a floor. So like we'll basically have so I think we'll have 4 attachments for the floor basically. So the floor, we're gonna have 4 attachments for the floor because this will duplicate. And we'll actually bring this up a little bit because it'll be kind of sitting kind of flush with the I need this to stop blinking for a second because it's just driving me absolutely bonkers that it's blinking because it's just making it hard to see. All right, so like I said, yeah, so we're gonna have basically 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, okay. So it is negative 0.5. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, I guess now I just have to let the ride run. Okay, I gotta go back to the scrambler. Okay, there we go. So it is 0.5. And so I think in order to make like the front and back a little bit moved in a little bit, we're gonna have to shimmy around a little bit. But I'm trying to think then for just thinking of the right operator's input. And I'm trying to think. Um, I think I want the car to be facing basically. I want the car to be facing this way. So then this car should be facing this way, and then this one should be facing this way. All right. So the front of the car will go over here. So this will. And I'll be honest with you guys, I really don't know. Um, I really don't know like how much of ride models I'll be showing on streams, partly just because it always takes me absolutely forever to get ride models done. But I will definitely try to show as much as I can. But okay. But yeah, it just kind of drives me crazy how long it takes to create ride models. So okay, I do want to make sure I'm regularly saving just to make sure that we don't lose anything. Yeah, I think I do want that to be a little bit farther apart, so we are going to have to. Yeah, that's better. So I think instead of doing the so I think instead of doing the walls next, I'm actually going to do the seats next. Because I think it's going to be easier to do the walls once we have the seats set up. So for the seats, we'll have the carpets attachment. Oop, the seats attachment, the stonework, and then the lap bar. Oh, so I think for the stonework for this one, it'll only be one attachment as far as I know. But like obviously, if we need to do more than one, I will. But yep, let me go ahead. I think probably something I will have to do with this is maybe have like two more blocks back here, but I'm not going to worry about that for right now. I'm going to just, yeah, and actually, I guess we don't really need that back side necessarily. That was, I guess, more I was just trying to make it look nice over there, but I honestly don't think we'll need that. So I think, oh, and actually, well, wait, hold on. I did that in the wrong direction. So point 0.3. Um, so we've got the stone brick part. I think next is the, uh, next we'll do the carpet. Oh, I'll also need to do the hitbox, and actually I'll probably get the carpet and the hitbox done in one attachment, just because I don't think we really need multiple attachments for that. Yeah, 0.8 works for height, and then for the Z, I'll just make sure that's 0.3. There we go. And then this first one will be negative 0.5. And I'm definitely very excited to get this scrambler model done because once I have it done, I'll be able to use it for other parks. Like if we have scramblers in other parks, that'll just be kind of a nice. It'll be it'll be nice to have completed um, the scrambler model. Yeah, that is actually quite a small hitbox. So I'm gonna up the hitbox by just a tad, just to make it a little bit easier to hit. And I think actually once I have the first first car done, I think at that point it'll be copy paste at that point. So this should be pretty easy once we have. Oh no, wait. Okay. Oh, and I actually did. I saved the wrong train before, but it's a good thing that I fixed it. Okay. So I think for the car itself, like for the I think for the color of the car we'll do maybe cyan carpet. Well, yeah, we'll do. I'm just trying to decide if I want to mix cyan and light gray. Yeah, dark gray I think will be a little bit too dark. So yeah, I'm gonna go with light gray and cyan. So probably for the lower part of the car, I'll do the light gray. Actually, yeah, for the lower part of the car, I'll do the cyan, and then for the upper part, I'll do light gray. I think that's how we'll do that. Just because I want to make sure the bottom of the car doesn't blend in with the ground too much. And then, yeah, the lot bar I'll work on later. I think there's the floor. So yeah, next thing that we'll work on is the walls of the car. Now that we've got like, because I think working on the walls or working on the seat first and then the walls, I think will just it'll help me as far as ride modeling goes, just because it'll help me um I think it'll help me be able to have like a good looking, like it'll help me to keep it'll help me to just keep it it'll help me to keep the seats at a good height. I think if I have the seats set up before I set up the walls. So yeah, I think yeah, looking at this, I think the seat yeah, I think the seat looks good. We can try the other seat too. Oh, I guess we can't. Guess we need to jump out of there. Yep, there we go. Yeah, so I think overall that looks good. So I'm gonna go ahead and save the train. Yeah, so you'll notice that I am saving quite a bit, and that's just mainly because I want to make sure that we are. There we go. And there will actually be 4 wall attachments, so we will need to. Okay, so I think I got that part done, and then now I just need to um, Okay, and okay, and so next what we'll do, yep, so we'll go ahead and actually wait, 26, I think approximately is how far we can bring that up. And then so I think actually I'm gonna go and set up the back wall. So I'm gonna go ahead and So 15. I'm gonna try 20. I'm gonna try 25 degrees. I'm gonna push this out. Okay, like that. Oop, that's too far. Oh, perfect. Okay. And then 5. Actually, oh, that wasn't far enough. Let's try 0.55. Okay, I'm gonna just stick with this because I just can't do this anymore. Oh, okay. No, oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, so I think that that looks good, so I'm gonna stick with that. Okay. So then the only thing I'm gonna do before I end off the stream really quickly will be that I will go ahead and take a look at the floor of the car really fast because I need to just make one quick edit. Okay, looks good. Okay, I just want to make sure then that I did save the train the correct way. Yes. So CHSCR. Okay, so now if I destroy the ride model, now if I spawn it back in, it should spawn in as the same ride model. Awesome. So I'm gonna go and despawn it right now just because I don't want to keep it spawning while I am gonna be offline. All right, so I'm gonna end off the stream right there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Please be sure to follow me on Twitch in order to see more of my streams, and also please be sure to subscribe to me on YouTube and like my videos in order for more of this content. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope that you guys will jump on the server at some point to check out what we've got so far. So just so far, we've got a Grand Carousel, Cadillac Cars, Blue Streak, and Cyclones. Those are our 4 rides that are currently open, as well as we've got the mini golf in the plaza. So definitely be sure to check out our server. So the IP I showed you guys already, but the IP is also in the scoreboard and on the right-hand side of my screen right there. So that's the IP for the server, and just make sure that you connect. If you're connecting, make sure you connect on 1.20.4, version 1.20.4. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.